Good morning, good afternoon. We have to talk about today. First and foremost, before we make any move, before we go ahead, we must pray as it is our custom to do so. We must acknowledge the presence of the Heavenly Father, the presence of Elohim. We must pray. Ogonomokiri motemeda, wingi nanaway. Tamara, we praise you, we worship you. We are here once again to acknowledge your name, your faithfulness, your strength, your wisdom, your power in our lives, in our struggle, and in this movement. For you have been faithful. You have never failed us. Even when the enemies see like we have made a mistake, you turn it to our favor. because we believe in you and we walk with you. And this movement is to your glory and in your name. For we have no strength, for we have no hope in man. We have no hope in the abilities of man. We have no hope in the wisdom of man. We have no hope in the weapons of mass destruction made by man. But our hope is in you, O Elohim. For you are the one that we have trusted in and in no other. We worship you, O Elohim. We worship you. Continue to worship you in the land of Biafra, the holy land that you have separated from time immemorial. For as you called the children of Israel to be a sign, so also you have called the children of Biafra to be a wonder to the nations, that from out of Africa, from out of the place that men have considered rubbish, that men have considered a dumb sight, shall the wonder of the world be coming. We are grateful, Lord, O Elohim, O Tamara. We are grateful for what you're doing and for the special privilege that you have called the people of Biafra in this time, in this generation, in this age. For you have separated us for a time like this in order to show your strength, in order to show your glory, in order to exhibit your wisdom. For the wisdom of man shall surely fail, just like the wisdom of Ahithophel failed. For all those that stand against Biafra, every of their wisdom shall be turned into foolishness. Their wise counsels shall not be taken, and they shall fall like pack of cards. All those that stand against Biafra, they shall fall and they shall never rise. And all those that have committed mayhem on our land, they shall never go unpunished. May they never go unpunished, O Elohim. May they never go unpunished. May they never go unpunished. Let them see the punishment before their eyes until they take their last breath, until they ask for atonement, until they ask for forgiveness from Elohim. Let them continue to suffer for all that they do and all that they have done on our land, and let their descendants continue to suffer the same. Lord, we pray for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he is. He shall be protected. Let him be protected. Let him see your hand and your strength all over him. Let him remain resolute. Let him remain strong until the day that you shall take him away from that dungeon. Once again, we pray for every Biafran working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra. Lord, we ask that they remain focused, that they do not give in to the distractions that the enemy has planted here and there to make our gallant men, our gallant writers, our gallant givers, and every member of everyone that has taken the oath to see to read that Biafra is restored. And even those that are yet to take the oath, that are giving all their all and their sacrifices to see to it that Biafra is restored. Lord, we pray that they shall continue. They shall not capitulate. We pray, oh Lord, that these ones that they are able, and they shall be focused, and they shall remain strong, and they shall not be drifted to and fro as the enemy has desired. Lord, we pray once again for our men in the bush. We pray for ESN and all those that you have called and separated for a time like this, that Biafra be restored. We pray for all of our men, that everything that they need shall be provided, and every channel for them to get what they need, it shall go through without any hindrance, and they shall get all that they need. That at the end of the day, they shall have what they need to confront our enemies, to confront the terrorists that have come to kill us, that have come to destroy us. All this we ask in the name of Tamara. Wingen and away, Agonomo Kirimotemedao, Ayiba Aziba. Chukoki Kabiama. Elohim. You see, more power. We shall ride on, we shall move forward. And today we shall be talking about what I title Freedom Fighting is No Bed of Roses. Freedom fighting is not a bed of roses. Freedom fighting is not a place where those that have not made up their minds come into. Freedom fighting is not a place to test your skills. You must be ready when you want to go into freedom fighting. You must be ready in spirit. You must be ready in soul. You must be ready in body. Freedom fighting is not a bed of roses. Freedom fighting is not an easy task. Because when a man sets out that he wants to fight for his freedom, then it means that he's not free. It means that he's in bondage. And for you to come up and decide that you want to fight for your freedom, first and foremost, you have already accepted that you are in bondage. That is why you need freedom. Freedom fighting is not a place for those that want to make money. If you want to make money, go and work hard and do business. If you want to make money, look for other means and do whatever you want to do, but don't come to freedom fighting platform with a mindset that you want to make money. Because once you come out with a mindset that you want to make money, you want to make gain out of what you're doing, in a bid to free yourself, then you will miss it. Except your oppressors are not smart. But in the case of Biafra, in the case of the restoration of Biafra, we have the worst enemies. We have the worst enemies. Freedom fighting in Biafra land. In fact, Freedom fighting is more difficult in Africa than in any other place in the world. Africa. No, 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 no. That is the place where freedom fighting is most difficult. And I will explain and I will break it down. For you to embark on a freedom fighting mission in Africa, you must first of all deny yourself. You must forget about yourself. You must accept that you do not live, that you do not exist. You must forget about the sweet things of this world. Now, I am not saying that the sweet things of this world, that while you're doing freedom fighting, that you cannot maybe touch a little and all of that. No. But the sweet things of this world must never be your focus. You must cut yourself off it. You must be ready to sacrifice every sweet thing of this world at any point in time. And if at all, if it calls for it, include in your life. When you have stabilized your mind to this extent, then you are ready to fight for freedom in Africa. When a white man in a white man's land wants to fight for freedom, he has maybe he feel okay, like the Catalonians in Spain and all of that. They have only Spain to contend with. They have only Spain. They have only the government of Spain to contend with. If their strategies can defeat the strategy of the government of Spain, Catalonia will be a country of our own. If they can convince their people enough that their people do not need Spain, that their people need to be free, that their people need to be Catalonians, and Catalonia needs to have their sovereignty, and the whole of their people are with them, they will be free. It is far easier. Why? They have only Catalonia. They have only Spain, rather. It is only Spain that is interested in keeping Catalonia in Spain. No other country have that interest. Whether Catalonia is free or Catalonia is in Spain, it doesn't concern anybody. Why? If Catalonia is a free nation, working on her own, it is not going to affect any other country in the world. The same way other countries have been relating with Spain to benefit from the resources of Catalonia, it's the same way they will still relate to Catalonia to benefit from the resources of Catalonia. Why? The Spanish government will still make the same demands that the Catalonian government will still make. After all, they are as smart as each other. Spain, as a country, is not a slave country to any other country or to any other people. Nobody can just give order that the Spanish the president that is called, or prime minister or whatever, should do this or do that when it doesn't suit them. But in Africa, Africa experiences double slavery. There is no country in Africa that is free. Mostly sub-Saharan Africa, black Africa. There's no country that is free. South Africa, a little, maybe a little here, a little there, but they still have a lot to contend with. But they are better, they are far ahead when it has to do with freedom than a lot of African countries. All the countries in Africa, almost all, if not all, mostly sub-Saharan Africa, their boundaries were created by foreigners. What you have today as the map of Africa was designed by Europeans when Europeans decided to own the rest of the world. Most of the boundaries in Asia were already there before Europeans got there. Asians had already created those their boundaries, and they've been respecting their boundaries and all of that, and they've been fighting themselves, and everybody respect themselves. So when Europeans got there, they respected their boundaries, except in India, when Britain went there and started creating division and started drawing lines for Indians and all of that, where initial India became India and Pakistan, became India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Initially, we're all Indians living together in peace as Indians. Some were Muslims, some were Hindus, but all were living together in peace. Being Hindus and being Muslims became loud when Britain got there. But they were all Indians living in peace until those that like dividing people came there. That is their strategy. It has always been so. But in the rest of other places in Asia, their boundaries are the natural boundaries. But when they came to Africa, you know, there is this thing in Africa. Yes, in Africa, we have lots of bad side. There is so much wickedness in Africa and all of that. But in the midst of wickedness, there's so much good in Africa that Africa is one continent where love was very loud. What I mean by love was very loud, our boundaries were not clear-cut boundaries. Yes, we were different nations, many different nations, many different peoples in Africa. But our boundaries were not clear-cut boundaries, because as in we were different nations, but we didn't have borders. Yes, that is the right way to put it. The same way you have Nigeria, according to European map of Africa, you have Nigeria, you have Niger. On the map, there is boundary on the map, but there is no boundary on ground. There are no boundaries between Nigeria and Niger. Nigerians, or I don't know how they call themselves, they can walk into Nigeria, the north of Nigeria. They can walk into the zoo called Nigeria, and those from the zoo called Nigeria along that boundary side can walk in. Over there, there are no custom, immigration, all those rubbish do not exist there. All those rubbish only exist in the south, in Lagos, in Biafra and Bazona border. All those places are the places where they want to put emphasis, because they do not want the people of the south to have relationship with their brothers. They want that boundary that has been created by Europeans to be very, very loud, so that a Yoruba person from Lagos Badagry. Because don't forget, the same tribe that is in Badagry, that same tribe are the same people that are in Benin Republic. The same tribe, they speak the same dialects. They are the same people that are in Benin Republic. They are the boundary in Lagos there. But they emphasize on that boundary so that people from here that speak the same tongue with people across there will see themselves like different people. And indeed, to a great extent, they see themselves like different people, but not like it is in some other places, mostly in Biafra land, where within the same contraption, they have put imaginary lines that people that speak the same language, they don't just see themselves as different people. That one is not even enough. People from one other angle see these people as their enemies. Divide and conquer. So you must understand that as an African, when you want to fight for true freedom, you must be fully ready for everything. Because those that created the artificial boundaries in Africa, they don't want to relinquish it. That is one thing that made them to hate Trump. Yes, I know Trump did not particularly do anything for maybe Biafra or even for Africa. And there's this propaganda that he hated black people. Whether it is true or not, I don't really know that. I only know that Trump loved his America very much, and he doesn't want other people that cannot fix their countries well to come and be disturbing them in America. And I am with him on that. If you like America too much, go to your country and make it America. Why are we fighting for the restoration of Biafra? It is because we do not want to be cowards to run to other people's places where people have worked. They will be disturbing them there. When we have our own place that we can make nice and live in. That is why we are doing this struggle. That is why many of our people abroad are fighting to ensure that their place is okay, so that they can come back and live their lives in their own on their own land. So you want to run here, you want to go to America. Is it not human beings that made those places? Are you not a human being? Can't you make your own place the same? So that is why we're doing what we're doing. So, but when you want to face this, initially, those that were fighting for independence of British boundaries, what people like Nazikiwe fought for, they didn't fight for the independence of Africans. They fought for the independence or the local rule in the name of independence. The local rule of European companies in Africa that have boundaries within the African continent, European companies that they established. All what you see in Africa are European companies. These are companies. What is the purpose of a company? A company is built for commercial purposes. Nobody will want to build a company and register it without a view of making gain from it. They are all for commercial purposes. So every company is built for commercial purposes. So when Europeans came here, Europeans did not come here to make Africans happy. They came here to make money. They came here for business. So they came here to establish companies. It was a company that came to the zoo and colonized the zoo. It's called the Royal Niger Company. This company colonized the zoo and everything and brought the Southern Protectorate under the Royal Niger Company, the Northern Protectorate under the Royal Niger Company, and put them together. When they put them together, they now sold the rights to the British government. So British government bought the right to own Nigeria as a company. It's just like, for instance, we have Dangote group of companies. So Dangote group of companies, they are producing Indomie. Okay. Now this Indomie that Dangote group of companies are producing, they have spread that Indomie company under the Dangote group, is wide and all of that. Then Nigeria as a state, quote unquote, now decide that okay, we want to own how much. They now approach Dangote, how much are you going to sell this your Indomie company? We want to be operating it under the federal government of Nigeria. Then they now go into bargain, and Nigerian government now pay. So that Dangote, what's it called, Indomie, become like as NNPC is, because NNPC is a company under Nigeria. So it will now become like NNPC. It will now be a company under Nigeria. That is exactly how it is. That is exactly what Nigeria is to Britain, and most African countries are to many countries in Europe. They are all for commercial purposes. And now, because they are meant for commercial purposes, those that get into power in most of these supposed countries, these boundaries created by Europeans, when people get into power, Europeans approach them and they let them know that, see, this place still belongs to us. This place, we are the owners. We are the owners of this thing that you are ruling. This thing called Nigeria, okay, it is our property. We created it. We created this company. We registered it. Nigeria was registered as one of the companies in Britain. Many people that call themselves, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Nigerian. You don't know. Many people do not know. Nigeria was a registered company in Britain. A registered company. It began as a registered company. And some people are having issues with whether Radio Biafra, that Radio Biafra is a registered company. You see, for you to uproot, it has to be registered, of course, for us to operate. For us to operate freely and normally, we have to follow the set out rules for operation. So that was how Nigeria was registered. It was a registered company. And still is. It's still a company. It is still seen by the British government as a company. That is why the British government relates, though it is hidden, but all the world power, they know. They know that these are not countries, that the people within are not people, they are properties. They are properties of the company. Okay? That is why China can come to Nigeria and be trying to own her, come to Africa and be trying to own countries. Because, come on, they want to share in the cake, in the African cake. Everybody wants to share. These are companies, not countries. If it's a country, it will stand on her own and defend her sovereignty. But no, they wouldn't, because they are employees. They do not represent the people. All those politicians, they don't represent the people. Those that should represent the people, Europeans, through their backyard influence, they support those criminals that will do their bidding, that will say yes sir to them and give them whatever they want. They support those guys to get to positions of power, so that these guys will not seize and begin to operate these territories like a country. Whenever they notice that you want to operate independent, like a country and not a company that is that's like and not like someone that is being employed by, and not somebody that is being employed by what is it called? You're not operating like somebody that is being employed, okay, by a company or maybe like a group of companies, whatever. When you don't want to operate in that fashion, what you are going to get is they will begin to intimidate you until you succumb. If you do not succumb, either they will remove you by force from office, like they have done in many African countries, or they will assassinate you, because this place is their property. It belongs to them. They believe it belongs to them, and they operate that way. It's just like your employer, somebody that you employ. If he's beginning to misbehave, you will sack him. So when the presidents do not subscribe to European influence, what they do, they set up, gang up, and everything to sack him. If they cannot sack him, they will eliminate him. One way or the other, he has to leave so that those that will do their bidding will come in. So, when those that have done their bidding comes in, the people will not matter to them. That is why you see most African leaders do not care about their people. Their people's interests are not their interests. And they do not care whether the people vote. They will ask people to go and vote in order to deceive the world like voting is legitimate. But at the end of the day, they pick who they want to pick. Those that have the power to rig. Most African countries. Look at Uganda. Is that not what this man is doing there? Rigging. Rig, that's what they do. Rig. So in most African countries, you have two major enemies to battle. And I will talk about the minor ones. You have two major enemies. First and foremost, the ones you can see, that are there oppressing you directly. You have them to contend with. And you now have the ones that you cannot see. And those ones you cannot see are the strength of the ones that you can see. They are the ones that give them strategies, give them ideas. So when you're fighting the ones that you can see, you must have in mind that those ones that you cannot see are behind the scene. So you must fight the ones you can see with the mindset that you're fighting the ones that you cannot see. There is no way whatsoever it doesn't tally with any human philosophy or any human science or any human calculations how Daft Gowon could have won Brilliant Ojukwu in a war. Daft Gowon with daft commanders could have won Brilliant Ojukwu with excellent commanders. The wisdom used to carry out that genocide against Biafrans and to hide it from the world came from the West. All the known powerful countries in the world were complicit in that genocide. And that is why today they don't want to talk about it. Because if they talk about it, they are going to be shooting themselves in the foot. All of them with an exception of none. All of them. America wasn't there directly, but the United Kingdom is their ally, so they didn't want to offend them. So they also kept a blind eye to our plight. When our people are being killed, They too didn't care. Nobody cared. The rest of the world were quiet. And it is on record that the small arms used during that war of genocide, the small arms used were more than the small arms used in the Second World War. Don't forget that the Second World War was more deadly than the First World War. Until today, there is no war that has gotten publicity as much as the Second World War. It is the worst that the world had ever seen. That Second World War. It is the worst. In that war, where the whole world participated, the whole world used all kinds of weapons, and most especially small arms, because small arms are used for direct combat, one-on-one shooting, face-to-face shooting. Now, the record is that the small arms used in the Biafra genocide was more than what the small arms the whole world used in fighting that Second World War. Then you can imagine what our fathers went through. And most of these small arms were in the hands of the Nigerian military. We're cut off from the world. We're not given any arms to fight that war. Nobody was assisting us. We had to start making our own arms to defend ourselves. Still yet, they were not fighting the soldiers alone. They were as well killing innocent people. If that war, if it was only military to military, even though the world cut us off because we were producing our own weapons, even though the world cut us off, everybody wanted Biafra to be extinguished. Even 10 years, Nigeria wouldn't have been able to silence Biafra. It was not the army that was defeated. It was because the people, number one, were put in hunger. Number two, were being killed in genocide. The people were subjected to genocide. And because our leader Ojukwu, at least our people to survive. And like, okay, well, let us give a benefit of doubt. Maybe as we have fought a little, they will learn and adjust. It's worse. That's why we are here. If they had adjusted and maybe everybody forgotten, we would have just said, okay, well, let us see if we can continue to manage the zoo. But of course we can't. And now we are ready to go home. So you must understand that freedom fighting is not bed of roses. We have two major enemies. Those managing the companies, the company managers in Africa. And the first enemy, those are the ones that you see. Then the chairman board of trustees of those companies in Africa are the European government of those companies. The government that controls what is called the Nigerian government is still Britain. If not, when Buhari was alive and wanted to become president of Nigeria, he refused to answer questions from Nigerians, quote unquote Nigerians. He went to UK to answer questions from white people, like that is like he wants a job from them. And that is the truth. The only people that accept the reality that Nigeria is a company and it is to be managed by people are Fulani people. Fulani people, they accept, they know, they accept it, and they accept the position of managers. The people that think that they are in a country, the foolish ones are in the south and middle belt. They are the ones that think that, oh, we are in a country. They say, oh, we have no other country than Nigeria. Have you seen a Fulani man say that? The only thing you hear Fulani man say is we are one Nigeria. But all those useless statements, oh, we have no other country than Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria is the only country that you can only see that from useless and foolish southerners in the zoo called Nigeria. Because to them, they are in a country. They don't want to tell themselves the truth. They keep deceiving themselves. They keep lying to themselves. You know, the worst thing you can do to yourself is to lie to yourself. In this world, everybody, you come alone. Even though you're a twin, you come alone. And when you go alone. Even though maybe you left in an accident and you died with other people, you go alone. Even though maybe you're in a battlefield while the bullet touched other people, or the bomb that touched other people, and you died, you still went alone. You are alone. Other people in the world are just there to complement your life, but you are alone. When you begin to accept that in this world you are alone, you are one person, and you must take your decision alone. It is left for you to decide for the kind of country you want to be in, the kind of society you want to be in, and you contribute your quota to build that kind of society that you want, or you allow other people to destroy the society and you accept it. We in IPOB, we have chosen to build the society that we want, and that is why there is no going back. We don't know how to go back. We don't know how to stop. We don't know how to slow down. All we know is forward ever, backward never. Forward ever, backward never. And we are consistent. We keep moving. We keep moving. So, at this point in time in our movement, we have to be focused. And we have to build ourselves to be ready for the blows. There's a reason they picked our leader. Attack the sheep, attack the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. They want IPOB to scatter. Now, I want to talk to those that have issues with DOS. DOS this, DOS that. They are incompetent, they are competent. This one is defending DOS, this one is attacking DOS, blah, blah, blah. But most especially those that are attacking DOS. I am not trying to defend the IPOB governing body. DOS, even though I'm a member, I'm not trying to defend. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying whether we are doing it well, because I won't exempt myself. Whether things, decisions are being done well, or decisions are not being done well, and everything, you are left to make your decisions on that. Okay? Whether the decisions being taken are being done well or they are not being done well. Even I as an individual, the collective decision, I may not be pleased with it. But I'm just an individual. So, but irrespective of whether this is being done well or that is being done well, there is something that is most important. Our leader must come out of there and meet a formidable house the same way he left it, or even stronger. That is what should be on your mind when you begin to castigate and castigate. Because when you begin to castigate and talk here and talk there, it is good to express your anger. You might see what you don't like. It is good to express your anger. But when you begin to blackmail and blackmail the whole of the leadership and everything, you might not be doing the struggle a whole lot of good. We have gotten to a particular point in time where we cannot jeopardize with our unity. Because no matter how fragile that unity is, the unity remains our strength. Our unity is stronger no matter how weak that unity is. That unity is still stronger than our disunity. One of the things that will make me never to support anything disunity in this struggle, that will always make me to stand for unity in this struggle, is because I have seen what disunity in a struggle has brought. I have seen what it has done to a struggle. I am from the coast. I am an Izon man. There is a struggle that was led by the Izon people, and that is why you see that many Izon people, they slack back when it has to do with struggle, because they have gotten into a struggle and committed so much into that struggle that failed. Massive failure. They committed a lot, committed life. Many of his own communities were ransacked, people killed, and when a person is killed, you can't get that person back. Our people led the struggle for resource control. Just as it is today, majority of people leading this struggle for the restoration of Biafra are Igbos. But the struggle for resource control in the zoo was being led by Izon people. Then the rest of the coastal people joined Izon people. But it was Izon people that led the struggle. It is more or less seen as an Izon struggle. But it is not exactly an Izon struggle. It was struggle for resource control. It was everybody's struggle, but the Izon people were at the forefront. And in the zoo, when people are at the forefront, they will try to ensure that they do a lot of genocide within the territories of those people, so that the ordinary people there will come against those people that are fighting for them. And there will be clash and everything. But that strategy still didn't work. Upon all the genocide committed on Izon land, it didn't work. The people were still energized to go more and push further, push. The thing that destroyed that struggle was disunity. That was the only strategy that destroyed that struggle. When the struggle, because even from the very beginning, those that were in the struggle, when people were having different opinions and different ideologies, everybody wanted to be independent. They allowed everybody to be independent. They got independent. They formed another organization to gather the people together, but they don't have a strong base, a strong roots like we have in IPOB. So when the zoo want to relate, they relate to people independently, and they began to divide them. But they still managed that division for long until they brought money into the scene and said that we're going to give you amnesty. We'll give everybody amnesty. We'll be paying you. Go and sleep. Because there is no central command. Nobody could say no. This amnesty is not good for us. Let us reject it. Before anybody will say Jack Robinson, people have already started accepting amnesty. People like Boy Loof, one of the first people he has already flagged up, accepted amnesty. Before I know, this one has joined him, this one has joined him. The other ones felt like, oh, well, let us accept it. Because if you don't accept it, the zoo will now circle you. They will now carry all their armory like they are doing in the hinterland now. Just imagine, God forbid, every other state have accepted amnesty, only Anambra State. Then they will carry all their armory to Anambra State, commit genocide, kill those they can kill. Then while they are committing genocide and killing innocent people, they will be battling the combatants until the combatants fall. And they'll be using the voices of the innocent people that are crying to weaken the combatants. That is their strategy. So that is why our oneness is our strength. That is why it has been difficult to crack IPOB, because of our oneness. See, when we set out for this movement called IPOB, we have already put all these things in check. The people that led the movement for resource control in the zoo are Biafrans. We are the same people. So we had to learn from what our brothers have already done and put things in place so that we don't make the same mistake. That is why the zoo is afraid of IPOB, because of our oneness. So you that want Biafra to come, it is good to criticize. I don't object to criticisms, because what you see I may not see, what I see you may not see. So you can criticize, most especially those that are freelance people, you write on Facebook and all of that, you can criticize. But you should be careful how you criticize. Don't blackmail in your criticism. Don't begin to blackmail and make and begin to weaken people's mindsets in the movement. Try as much as possible to criticize, but not blackmail. Because when you blackmail the leadership of the movement, other people whose hearts are not strong will begin to drag feet. And when there is need for people to be able to do strong things, they will not be there. And you don't know that it is because you are blackmailed. You have costed the struggle somebody that could have given us the kind of contribution that probably we don't know the last action that is going to bring the zoo to her knees to give us Biafra. We don't know whether it will be from you or from me or from one other person somewhere. It mustn't be somebody that his name is known. After all, how many of you know all those our men in the bush that are securing our lives? We don't know them. We just know that, oh, there are people there working. How they are doing it, we don't know. Who they are, we don't know. But we know that there are people working. And those are our heroes. So it must be people that you know that are going to do the greatest things. What those guys are doing are the greatest things. What they are doing, facing the enemy face to face, they are the greatest things, because I can stay on radio and talk all night. If there is nobody on ground there to face our enemies face to face, they will still come to my community and kill my brothers and sisters while I am still on the radio talking. So those people are the people doing the major work, but we don't know them. We don't know them, except those within the security department and all of that. And even at that, maybe you obviously will not know everybody. But those are the people sacrificing for us. They are the people doing massive work. So sometimes some people want to be popular in this movement. They want to gain popularity. It's not all about gaining popularity. If your popularity will make you do something great that will push this struggle forward, good, get the popularity. If it is by you not being popular at all, that will make you do something great for us to get this freedom, of course, go ahead and do it. See, whatever we are doing, we are not doing for anybody. We are doing for ourselves. Let me tell you, my inspiration, yes, I know I am the sacrifice I'm making. I am sacrificing for everybody. Just as everybody in this movement is also sacrificing for me. We're all sacrificing for ourselves and also for the gullible people on our land, or that are from our land, that do not even understand what we are doing, or that are even fighting against us. We are still fighting for them. But that, to me, is a secondary orientation. My primary orientation, personal primary orientation, I am doing what I'm doing because I'm a proud man. I'm not a slave. If there are other people somewhere that are free, I should be free. I must be free. That is why I'm doing it. So there is nobody's misbehavior that can discourage me, because I'm doing it for my own pride. I'm doing it for myself. So it doesn't matter how you behave, it doesn't matter what you do, you will not discourage me. Your behavior cannot discourage me. I cannot be discouraged. What you do or what you do not is not going to affect what I am going to do. I will do what I will do. If you like, you misbehave. If you like, you don't misbehave. You're not my inspiration. I am my own inspiration. Because I am doing this thing for myself. It's not just for my children to come. Because I can decide to go to another country, naturalize, take whatever shit that they do in terms of oppression and anything, and forget whether I am from Africa, or forget whether I am from Biafra land, or forget whether I'm an Izoman, or even forget whether there is any place called Oduni. I can choose to just leave and go on exile and maybe marry somebody from there and forget and I won't even tell my children anything about Africa. If they ask me, I will not even tell them. I can choose to do that and give them a life from that area, so that my descendants are going to have a beautiful life from when they are born, that I didn't have in Biafra land. I can choose to do that, but that. What is my pride in? A place where other people have worked for. Do you know that many of these places in Europe, that you want to go and have a good life, in America, that you want to go and have a good life, do you know how many wars they fought? Do you know how many people that have died over and over again for them to have that kind of beautiful cities and beautiful life and beautiful laws that are respected? Do you know that there are times in Europe where they had very wicked kings that don't have respect for laws? They will make the laws, and they themselves will disobey the laws to please themselves. Europe have gone through a lot. Or are you talking about China? Many of these places have gone through a lot, but it was men that fought to have what they have today. So why should you just run there to go and enjoy things? You think good things come easy? Ask any rich man. Every rich man have a story. It doesn't come easy. Wealth do not come easy. Even those that steal it, they will tell you it didn't come easy. Every wealth have a story. Every riches have a story. So when you see a country that is rich and her people are feeling the wealth, it has a story. Because human beings are the same everywhere in the world. Forget this thing where sometimes you say black people are wicked and all of that. Yes, black people are wicked because most black people are foolish. Yes. Europeans are not foolish. That's one thing I like about them. I must say, Europeans are very, very rugged and very, very smart. Once you begin to trample on their rights, immediately they will call you to order. They will fight you to a standstill. That is Europeans for you. But in Africa, we are very gullible, very nice. We always want to avoid anything fight. Anything fight. We always want to avoid it. We are afraid to die. We just want to enjoy. How can you enjoy when somebody that where you are supposed to enjoy, the person is using his human weakness to oppress you? When we fight and fight and fight and fight, and the people that want to oppress us have seen that, oh boy, there is no way to oppress people anymore. Everybody eye don't tear. You can't oppress people. Then everybody will sit up. When there is a public opinion, they will listen. That is how it is done. That is how Europe got to where they are. They didn't just wake up and got to where they are. It was worked for. And we must also work for it if we want to enjoy what they're enjoying. That's like IPOB. In IPOB, you will see it that people are already working it out. And that is why I know that Biafra is going to work. That's why I know Biafra is going to work, because our people are now awake. They are now awake. They now know that they have a stake in a place that they call country. Biafrans know they don't have a stake in Nigeria, but Biafrans know they have a stake in Biafra. So everybody wants to express themselves, and I like that. It is good for a country. It means that our country have a future, because we can ask questions. We are bold enough to ask questions. Bold enough to ask questions. Right now, we'll be opening the lines. We don't have much time because the person that was on air probably didn't know I'll be coming on air today, so it took a little bit of the time. So, but we'll be opening the lines now. We'll be opening the lines. You know the lines to call. First of all, you can go to what was it called? Skype. To call us on Skype, just type Radio Biafra VOCD and you will get us on Skype. Then the number to call on Signal is +45 7164 5962. That's the number to call on Signal. The number to call on WhatsApp is +48 7396 45102. I take the Signal number again, +45 7164 5962. WhatsApp +48 7396 45102. That's the WhatsApp number to call. Okay, so the lines are open. You can call us now and give your own contribution to today's program. Those are the lines to call. Those are the lines to call. Those are the lines to call. The lines are open, and don't forget we don't have much time. We don't have much time for this calls. So if you are calling, try to ensure that you call as fast as possible, because we have less than 30 minutes to receive calls and all of that. Sorry, yesterday we had we had some issues with our system, so we couldn't take much calls yesterday. There were certain issues that we had with our system. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from. Please, you have just 3 minutes for your contribution.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Oba Sinachi, reaching you from my location right now. Thank you for your wonderful presentation this very morning. At least to remind us that those better places that people are scattered, Biafran people are scattered all over the world, that it was people like us that made it a place of living, and that it is a collective interest of every one of us that will make us to live a unique life. Of course, what we are living today is below standard by all estimation, no matter how we look at it. So I'm encouraging everybody that everybody should gear up towards making this very side of the country, the eastern part of the nation, once called Nigeria, should I use that word, and now known as Biafra, as a place that collectively we should build. So anything that anybody knows that he or she can afford or bring to the table in order to actualize our dream, I encourage all of us to do it and not to shy away from our responsibility. And by the special grace of God, Chukwu Abiyama, I get Jeba, Malueba. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, that's that. We had a caller, but we couldn't take the call. Sorry, we had a caller from Signal. Someone else was on air. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Please, you have 3 minutes for your contribution.
Yes, Mazi, good morning.
Good morning, Mazi.
Yes, my name is Nkochi Mozia Wisdom. I'm calling from my location. I'm here to make some contribution based on your analysis. Like what you said that Nigeria is a Royal Niger company, which is rapes. Britain, they bought, in fact, it was a company from Britain which came to Africa, and the location which is today Nigeria was a Royal Niger company. They were operating it, they bought it, and from there, the Lugard and the Flora Shaw, they make it and made them that harlot, made them Nigeria. And one thing is certain today, those that are travelers, they will bear me witness. If you're a traveler and you go to any maybe immigration or go to any police or you're inside vehicle, you're traveling outside Nigeria, what you be hearing is, are you in Nigeria? I never hear one day somebody asking, are you a Togolese? Are you a Benin Republic? But the people they will ask, are you in Nigeria? And if you say yes, they will take you, and you gotta spend a lot in that immigration office or police custody or whatever. But other people from other countries within Africa, they can't spend what you spend. So Nigeria is a rare country, and Africans, they know, the world knows. But I want to advise Biafrans that they should answer Biafra wherever they find themselves. That is the only solution, because if you say that you're Biafra, I'm telling you, the way they treat you is it's not that the world don't know about Biafra, but they want it to come out from your mouth to say that I'm a Biafra. If you say you're a Biafra, they will treat you different. No matter how they will argue with you, where is Biafra? Are they in Africa map or are they not in Africa map? At the end, you find out that they will not treat you as a Nigeria. If they treat Nigeria different, they will treat you a Biafra different. What I'm telling you, I'm a witness to what I'm telling you. And I want to urge Biafrans, if you say you're a Biafra, behave like a Biafra. If you're Biafra, behave like, because we are not Nigerian, you can never behave like Nigerians. I'm not a Nigerian that I cannot behave like Nigeria. I'm a Biafra. So if you're Biafra, make sure you live a life of Biafra, because we Biafra, we are sincere people. We Biafrans, we hate injustice. We Biafrans, we love people, we care for people. That is who we are. So Biafrans, from today, wherever you are, tell the place, the country you are the you Biafra, be proud to answer that name Biafra. I'm telling somebody if I want to die, I want to die like a Biafra, and I don't want to die like in Nigeria, because Nigeria is already a hellfire and they are going to another hellfire, taking hellfire to hellfire, which is second hellfire. I don't want to die like in Nigeria. I want to die like a Biafran, so that when I go to there, I will tell them I'm coming from hellfire, because Nigeria is already a hellfire. So, Mazi, I want to thank you, Biafra, be proud of who you are. Answer Biafra wherever you find yourself. Thank you very much. May Chukwu Kaduna bless you for picking my call. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. My African rep, I greet you once again. This is T person from Enugu, Biafra land. I hope I'm coming out clear. Hello? I hope I'm coming out clear. Okay, I hope I'm coming out clear, right? So what I am saying is this.
Yes, you are coming out
As we
very,
are
very
teaching
clearly.
this
You are coming out very
morning,
clearly.
I look at myself, I became very much if Nigeria should be a country owned by Britain, and Britain is managing with planets, and meanwhile, that anybody that has been existing in this place as a Nigerian, a product belonging to Britain, anyhow they like. No, that is why people they are killing people anyhow, and Britain will not think about it, because everything is the unity you talk about, I think is the best option for us to liberate ourselves. So I want to please start. We are born Biafran. But it doesn't matter whether you are in the coastal or in the inter region. What we are saying is that we have to come to in order to liberate ourselves. Because if this is exactly what the world powers knows about this country, Nigeria, they know the secret that Nigeria, they are running it, it's registered as a company. And every one of us pass market and hey, we are Nigerians, this and that. That is a complete rubbish. So we have to liberate ourselves and maintain our Biafran. Every one of us. I want to beg of my brothers in the coastal region, because that is where the oil is running for Britain, and we have to scatter all those things that they are taking, and because those are the things that is making them to to stand strong, to see people dying anyhow they don't talk. My brother, everywhere we are, everybody have to sit up this time. Let us join hand and liberate ourselves. Let Nigeria go to hell. Let them go to hell. We don't belong to that. We don't belong to that name. That name. I'm very much ashamed of it now. The more. Thank you very much for this teaching, my brother. May Elohim bless you.
You see?
Shalom. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. That's a nice contribution. Some calls have been coming. Let me see if I can call. Okay. Sorry, we have another caller. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from my location. My name is Chinedu.
Okay, go ahead, Chinedu.
Can you hear me? Yes. I want to contribute to your program this morning.
Go ahead.
I want to encourage you for what you are doing, and for every Biafran for being dogged and being resilient in the face of the challenges we are having currently. But more also to the current discussion, let me cite an example. We Biafrans are very disciplined people. we are hardworking, we are well educated. And on Monday, precisely, I want to just state this. Monday, there was a sit at home here in my location, but I moved around that yesterday. And I was happy and I was surprised to see that every car, every vehicle on the road obeyed the traffic lights without the presence of the force people. There were no police people around, there were no wardens, all those things around. Everybody complied to the traffic lights. The traffic moved, everybody moved once it turned green. So my point to that is this. That is a glimpse of what Biafra will look like when Biafra comes. We are not zoos, we are not animals. We don't need to be forced to do what is right. We know what is right. And that's why we are courageous people. So I want to encourage everyone, do not be discouraged. Biafra as a nation is a place where even the Igbo people will be longing to live in. Hello?
I will still go ahead.
Yes. So I want to encourage every Biafran to be strong and resolute. We are looking forward to actualizing this, and once we get it, it's going to be good for everybody and for our children. And secondly, I want you to, sir, please, if you can generate a discussion that we Biafrans will call in on the platform as a parliament to discuss a strategic move on how to actualize this. The discussion has been ongoing for the past 7 years, or if more than 30 years. We've been discussing the process of actualizing Biafra. Can we have a strategic discussion on the parliament, on the platform, on blueprints on how to actualize this and work towards it? Thank you very much. That's my submission today.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm speaking from my location. I greet you, my brother. You are a good teacher and a lecturer and a good preacher put together. You are doing a wonderful job for your people. I want to put this across to our people. Our leader said the problem of black people started from where they are raising. The black people, especially in Nigeria, they are reasoning backward. They have sense, but they have their sense is upside down. Everything about Nigeria is fake. The religion in Nigeria is fake. The politics in Nigeria is fake. Even the human being living there, their sense is all upside down. What their leader from the federal to the local government are teaching are criminality. That is why anywhere you go in the village, everywhere is criminal. When you are dealing with Nigeria, you are dealing with a criminal and a kind of idiocy human being. There's one news yesterday. I want to make some comment on it. There was somebody said that is a bishop in Delta State on Sunday. This man said that any of their member that will not go and collect PVC, the person will not take Holy Communion in the church. When I heard this news, I get mad. This man who says he's a bishop, he have collected money from the agent Fulanese to deceive his members. How many years Nigeria has been going for election to election to election, nothing is coming out. Nigeria is going from bad to worst. And somebody who says he's a bishop is commanding his members to go and obtain PVC to vote. What type of country is this? This bishop cannot advise his member of his churches, everybody to go and prepare himself to buy something to defend himself, because Nigeria is already in trouble that has no end. What you are telling your member is to go and obtain PVC. If you don't obtain PVC, you will not take Holy Communion. That Holy Communion you are talking about, and freedom and life, which one is better? Where are you going with that? You are useless human being, Holy Communion. You are holy when you are a criminal in the church with the Bible. Because if you are a genuine man, you will know that those people in the church is your member, and you will die to defend them. And that was what Jesus is preaching. But in Nigeria today, what they so many of them call them men of God, they will go to Abuja, Fulani will call them and share money with them. The governor, the federal governor, and state governor.
Hello, Mazi, sorry for cutting you. Based on time, I want to see if I can take at least one more call. My time is fast spent. I would have loved to
Okay, thank you.
To finish up. Okay.
We'll continue for next time.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Biafra will heal thee.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you
Good
from?
morning from Gabon, my African.
Please, you have 2 minutes for your
Good
contribution.
morning. Thank you. May God bless you, encourage you for the wonderful work you are doing for Biafrans.
You see?
Gabon is the only country that had Biafran system at 67-70 with food. That's a particular food we call Gabon. Those that are there, those are history. So I call now because of one thing you mentioned about our struggle that is titled Divisions Destroy. Division is more dangerous weapon that can apply any family, any state, and any country. And I noticed that our people have taken that position, mostly presently attacking the OS, attacking what our leader have for years put in place to help us Biafrans to gain our division is the system that Britain and Fulani brought into the land. And that is why they created more states in the hinterland and the coastal land of Biafra that have more states and more states and more divisions, more than 2 states in northern state. So that we cannot be one, we cannot be agreed. Akwa Ibom man will say, I am not river. Rivers, Anabia, which I am from. We say I am not. Akwa Ibom is not my brother. Where we forgot that we come from one source, one pot. This division made. It is exactly what I commented in one of the platform that I found recently begin to attack DOS, insulting them, accusing them falsely. I will not mention that very platform, but they are recently, those who are online know that there is a group that is called Omada. That very platform now hosts them. So I mentioned something about this. I told them, stop the harming and destruction of Biafran mind by accusing falsely the leadership of IPOB. Because you are destroying the mind of Biafrans, weakening their spirit more than the weakness of DOS. I advise them, if instead of such, let them forget about DOS and IPOB, since they are not doing what they want and the pattern, let them take the part of Johnson, Prince Johnson of Liberia, who is the deputy or the vice to Castello. He know that that system, Castello not attack his group. He helped get that freedom from Samedo. I advise them not to continue creating problems so that at the end, Biafra will lose this battle. My African rep, I advise Biafrans that have been listening to this kind of platform and this kind of false news from this platform that is in Facebook to desist from that, because it will not help us. It only destroys us, just like you mentioned about the Ijaw people. It is division that crumpled that very golden opportunity. Today, there's nothing that to give account of it. My African rep, this is where I stop this day. I ask God to protect our leader immensely. He will come out free very soon and a network with the angelic power and strategies to conquer our enemies in the name of Yehoshua Amashiach. All hail Biafra.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That brings us to the close of today's program. Our time is fast spent. And God bless you all. Sorry for those that I couldn't take your calls. I am very sorry. I had limited time to do that. Thank you very much. God bless you.